Hello everyone and welcome back. We finished the first component of the section 3, model training. Now that we have our baseline, what is the baseline? If you don't have a certain way to establish what is the current best practice or best accuracy that you can get, you need to use some kind of algorithm to set the baseline. So in production, we'll talk about that in section 4 much more, but in production you need to have, before you start to deploy your model, a way to determine what is the baseline. That can be a human performance, it can be a previous model as we did, or previous system. If it was a rule-based system, you can use that as a reference guide and then upgrade it to machine learning if necessary. Okay, so now that we have the baseline, it's time to tune this to find the best performing model for our data set. We are using and downloading the engineering data.csv, and we have the trained model with config equal to none. This is really important. Now, in this, we are defining a run that will be a job type of train, so not name, but this, because it will be to start the sweeps. We're defining config as weighted biases.config. This is for our sweep. We are loading and then splitting the data set. We need to initialize and train the data, the model that we choose. In this case, is XGBoost with all provided hyperparameters. That's from the config. We're making predictions. We are making all the metrics evaluated. And that's basically done. We are done with this train model. Now below that, we have the main that accepts a run type, fast run or otherwise. And I'm going to explain that in a second. So when you are running this for the first time, and if you use the full sweep, it can take about 2 to 3 hours to finish. Depending on your computer, might take a little bit longer because it does take about 300 plus training iterations, and each iteration might take about a minute or so. So it can take a couple of hours. And I don't want to wait for a couple of hours to find if my code works. And that's why we defined for you and for me while I was writing this fast sweep config, and I defined the max runs. So max runs is a maximum number of runs that I want to have before I stop the whole execution. Now, keep it 2 while you're implementing that. And after finish implementing this, we can increase this to, for example, 20 and run one sweep with a fast run, but with max runs of 20, okay? And later, when you're on your own time, run the full sweep if you want, but that will take a couple of hours, so I don't recommend it while you're following this course. Okay, so after that, we need to find the best model from the sweep, okay, to run the sweep actually, and we'll have this under run sweep, okay? So this is basically the command for that. We already have that. Then we need to finish this run sweep with the running agent. And this is where we check if we are finished with the maximum number of runs. After that, we need to use the weights and biases API again to find the best run in our sweep, and then use that as a best model. Okay, so from the best run, you need to extract the best configuration, and from that, you need to define the best model, test it out, okay? Then we will load the baseline model from MLflow models so you can learn how to use MLflow models in your code. And then we will compare them because baseline is for comparison. And this code is already done for you, so you don't have to implement it. But basically, we are comparing 2 models, the baseline one and the best F1 score, and defining which one is going to be in production. After that, we are creating a signature for the production model and saving that production model with the Joblib to save it both to weights and biases as well as our MLflow. Okay, below that, we have the sweep configurations, the full sweep that takes about 3 hours, and the fast sweep that takes about a couple of seconds, depending on how fast computer you have. Okay, so that's basically what we have thus far. Now, this is really important to load and save the model not in JSON, but the Joblib file PKL.
Now make sure to check out these videos on the right or the full course in the description to continue your learning, and I look forward to seeing you there.